Yo guys and girls, what is going on? And welcome back. I know I've been finicky with some of my videos lately. I apologize for that. It has been a long couple of weeks, and I'll have a Pokemon video coming out probably later today. I am finally getting some stuff fixed to where I can start doing some game streaming for you guys, as I finally got the equipment that I need. So that'll be coming out probably within the next week or so once I finally get them down and I decide what sort of game streaming I want to do and things like that. So you know what? My face is in my sun. I'm gonna bring this down here and we'll get into it. But anyway, there we go. Today, the college football playoff has been officially announced. We have our two matchups, Clemson, Alabama, and Oklahoma, Georgia in the semifinals. Now, as you all know, at the beginning of the college football season, I did my predictions, and I had Alabama, Ohio State, USC, and Penn State. And for the first half of the season, that was the college football playoff. For up until about week 7 or 8, that was the playoff. Those four teams, and I was looking like an absolute fucking genius. So, yeah, that happened, which I was looking pretty good for a few weeks there. But then, of course, some losses happened, some games happened, and I only ended up with one team in the playoffs. When I made the predictions, I left out Oklahoma. I forgot that Baker Mayfield was a senior. I thought he had graduated last year, but he did not. So if I had remembered that fact, I probably would have put in Oklahoma over USC. So that would have probably gone like that. But anyways, the other three teams that I did pick all did finish in the top 10. Actually, they all finished in the top... No, they all finished in the top 9. Ohio State finished 5th after their big conference win yesterday over Wisconsin, which knocked Wisconsin out of the playoff and ended their undefeated season. That's what helped Alabama get in the playoff to begin with. Alabama got a bit lucky there. So, yeah. USC won the Pac-12 and finished 8th, and Penn State finished 9th. So, all in all, they all had great seasons. This is where I kind of wish the football was expanded to 8 in the playoff. I mean, I know it makes it harder, but I think it would add a whole new depth to it. Teams like Ohio State, Wisconsin, Auburn, guys that had games like this. There are other teams. Miami deserved it. UCF finished 10th, and they went 12-0, and they won their conference. And I think they deserve a shot, along with some other teams in the top 10. I think are deserving after a whole season of they get nothing, but now they got a shot. So, or they don't, but. Anyway, Clemson is the number 1 overall seed. Oklahoma number 2 after their win against TCU. And they had a big win. They deserve it. Georgia came back against Auburn, and they absolutely stomped them. It was basically a reversal of what happened earlier in the season. And that was a decider. And then Alabama. I am a bit surprised that they let Alabama slip in over Ohio State. Considering Ohio State was 6th, and Alabama was 5th, but Alabama didn't make it to a conference championship game, and Ohio State did, and they won. I'm surprised that Alabama didn't get jumped. Now, I don't know if that's the committee being a bit, Alabama, they've been in it every year, they've won it twice, they should be in. But honestly, after that loss they had, and which it didn't allow them to make the championship when they got beat by Auburn. I know the record is 11-1 Alabama, Ohio State's 11-2, but as that's the only reason I can see Alabama getting in over Ohio State is their record's better. And looking at these points that the football goes by, seven votes, I believe, separating. So, yeah, man, it's wild. I mean, my guys ended up, if the college football playoff was expanded to 8, I would have had 3 of the teams, and my 4th team would have been sitting in the bubble spot. But in the end, I've got 1 team here. My predictions were pretty good for most of the season. I had teams that all finished. It's not like I picked teams that like an Oklahoma State who fell out, or an LSU who fell out, or Miami who fell out. I mean, Miami finished 11th; they had a good season, or Notre Dame who sort of fell a little bit. Now, I picked teams that were all in the run, and all of them reasonably. The top 8 all had a shot at the playoff going into this weekend. If everything went perfectly for some of them, they could have made it into that 4th spot. If everything went perfectly. Penn State was kind of the first team that didn't really have a road at sitting at 9. So it was a crazy week of college football. It played out as it played out. We've got 1 ACC team, 1 Big 12 team, and 2 SEC teams this year. The Pac-12 is out. The Big Ten is out. The Big Ten kind of really got fisted, to be honest. They had guys finish 5, 6, and 9. The SEC had a team finish 7th. And the first real non-power conference, the American Conference team, UCF, finished 10th at 12-0. And they just played. They had a good season. They were a good team, to be honest. And I would have loved to see a team like UCF go up against some of these big teams up here, like Penn State or Wisconsin or any of them. I think it would have been a really good matchup, to be honest. And I think if that's something that UCF, if their football is going to be like this for the next few seasons, if they're going to be able to recruit like they have and play like they have, they need to schedule a couple out-of-conference games with teams like the TCUs and the Penn States and the Auburns and the Ohio States. They need to schedule those, and if they can win them, it would put them over the hump. So UCF is a team on the rise, a program on the rise, so look out for them soon in the next few seasons. But it was a good predictions thing overall. I enjoyed watching college football this season. It was a lot of fun. So, I mean, as you know, there were the big games this week at Ohio State, topped Wisconsin 27-21. Clemson absolutely fisted Miami, which ensured their spot in the playoff. Georgia came back with a big win against Auburn, and Oklahoma beat TCU. UCF won, and USC beat Stanford. So that's how it finished, the big championships. It was a great season of regular season college football. Now the playoff is it's gonna be a fun matchup. Clemson, Alabama. I mean, that's gonna be that's been the championship before, so that's gonna be a great game. And 2 new teams to the playoff, Oklahoma and Georgia. So I do think here's of course it's my college football playoff predictions now that the official 4 teams have dropped. Here we go. I have Oklahoma moving on to the final with a big win over Georgia. I think Baker Mayfield he's a good quarterback. He's got a good team. He's got the experience. And he is gonna, I think, take the game over Georgia. It's gonna be close, but it's gonna be a good game. Alabama Clemson. This is crazy. A new rivalry in college football has emerged. As these teams have met in the playoff now, 3 times, 4 times? I don't know anymore. Of course, they've each won 1. I know off the top of my head. This is either the 3rd or 4th meeting. But I do think Alabama's gonna take. I'm gonna say Clemson's gonna take this one. It's just the feeling I got in my gut. But I do think Oklahoma is gonna take it, the college football championship this year. Oklahoma is your national champions. There you go. All right, guys. That's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll be starting to pump out some more videos over the next few days. and the game streaming will come once I get my shit set up. I'll have a bunch of Star Wars stuff for you. I've been hooked like the last week or so about playing Star Wars Battlefront 2. The multiplayer has been absolutely insane, and I know that you guys have all seen the campaign videos already, but I may do mission playthrough for me to start really posting and become a true gaming YouTuber, which is kind of where I want to go with this. I mean, I know not a lot of people watch my videos. I got 8 subscribers at the moment, so I appreciate all you guys who have watched before. It means a lot. I had a lot of issues the last couple years with medical and things and friends, and I've been in a really bad place. So doing this has kind of pulled me out a little bit, and it means a lot. So for all you guys, I mean, 1,600 views. I know people get that in minutes on here, some people, but it's taken me a couple months to get there. But I appreciate everyone who's watched. It means a lot. Thank you guys, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. And I will have another video, at least one more, coming out today. So peace out. Richard here, signing off. The Guru will be disappearing once I can re-edit my name on YouTube. I think my name, just my name, it's me. So that's gonna be what it is. Alright. Peace out, boys and girls.